Hey guys, I just wanted to send a quick video update to you. This past Sunday, we were talking about purity. And I know you're thinking, Mom and Dad, oh my gosh, I didn't know they were talking about purity. And you got a bunch of thoughts running through your head. Listen, for honor for you, we didn't dive into anything on the sexual side of purity. We just simply talked about purity as a whole. And there are many, many aspects to purity. So we talked about purity of our minds, purity of our hearts. Now, we did mention sexual purity, but we didn't go too deep into that, just out of honor for you. But one thing that we began to discover over the 10 years that Heather and I have been in ministry, that a lot of teenagers stumble and fall in the area of purity because they don't have a plan. They don't have a purity plan. A purity plan is simple. It's coming up with a plan. And it really is a combination of parent and student working together to develop a plan and understanding of expectations of how relationships are supposed to work. Most parents, the extent of their plan is don't have sex, you can't date till you're 16, and don't have sex. Oh, and by the way, did I mention no sex? And that's the extent of their plan. We don't, as parents, sometimes we overlook covering what kind of men or women should we be dating. We overlook what happens when I'm being pressured into making out or going to another base, getting impure. What do I do? How should a guy or woman treat me in a relationship? So we overlook a lot of these things. And what Heather and I have done, our daughters are 6 and 9. And we've already started laying the groundwork of their purity plan with them. And we've done that in many ways. We talk to them about what kind of guys they should date. And they should only date guys that are in love with Jesus, that are pursuing the same things in life, that are radically going after the Lord, that are seeking revival. We've talked to them about if the boy is a non-believer, it's off limits. The Bible is clear about that. We don't do that. We don't even go there. We've also talked about if the boy gets saved just so he can date you, that's not enough. That the boy has to have a personal relationship with the Lord equal or greater than yours, and God will bless it. We talked to him about how a man should treat you on a date. He should come to the door, pick you up, not honk the horn in the driveway. He should meet your parents. He should honor your parents. He should honor you. He should open doors. He should pay for the meal, unless you guys discussed prior that you're each paying your own way. So we've talked about these things to set an expectation within our girls so that they know what to look for in a man. And if they're dating a guy and he's not doing these things, that they're quick to know that, hey, I've been taught better than this, and this I'm worth more than that. I don't know about you, but my daughters are a marvelous treasure. I'm sure your students are too, to you. They're the most valuable things that I possess, and I'm not trusting their hearts with just anyone. I want to set them up for success. Over and over again, we find scenarios with parents and students alike that fall into temptation and fall into a lack of purity, and it boils down to there was never a plan in place. I want to encourage you to sit down with your student because they've been given an assignment this week to create a purity plan. We also told them that their own plan that they create is no good unless they sit down with you and talk to you about their plan, and then you guys come up with the plan together. Because it's real hard for them to honor mom and dad if they don't know mom and dad's expectation. If the expectation is that you don't sit on the front porch when the guy's dropping you off and make out as you say goodnight to one another, if they don't know that that's not right, then it's hard for us to hold them accountable to that. So listen, I want to encourage you, fight through the awkwardness of talking about purity with your student. It's never too early, but it's often too late. Talk with them. Develop a plan together. Set clear boundaries and clear expectations of what that looks like, and it'll go well. The Bible's very clear. It said, raise a child up in the way they should go, and they shall not part from it. So often in our lives in the South, in the Bible Belt, we've let alone and said, well, we'll just send our kids to church. The kids pastor will pastor them, then they'll hand them off to the youth pastor, they'll pastor them, they'll hand them off to the college pastor, they'll pastor them, the adult pastor, and so on and so on. And as parents, we kind of take a back seat sometimes. It's our job to raise our kids. It's our job to set the expectations. And it's the church's job, it's my job as the youth pastor to support your purity plan, to support you, to come alongside of you and say, no, this is the plan that God and your parents have for you, and to support that. So I'm here for you, and I'm here to help you in everything and to raise your kids up. I also wanted to mention that this is a great time for you to talk about a purity plan, because in the month of May, we're going to start a series called Netflix and Chill. I know for some of you parents, you may know what that means, and for others, you may not. So for those of you that know what that means and you're kind of shocked, oh my gosh, let me slow it down. Netflix and chill is a common culture term used right now to where a guy or a girl invites someone of the opposite sex over and they watch Netflix. And then with 10 minutes into Netflix, the chill part starts where they begin to engage in sexual activity. This is such a common thing in today's culture that we felt that we needed to spend our time this year, as we do a series on relationships every year, that this year we wanted to name it Netflix and Chill and talk about boundaries in relationships. We wanted to let them know it is not okay to Netflix and chill. That is not a good thing. So we're going to be talking about relationships in that time, and it would be great. We're also going to talk about purity plans. It'd be great for you to have already had a conversation with your student leaders about a purity plan before we get into that series. But I just want to let you know, listen, we love you. We're here for you. If there's any needs that you ever need, don't hesitate to call us, contact us, text, email, come over to the house, whatever it is, we're here for you. We are here to back you up and support you. We are here to raise a generation that is going to honor well and love well. So we love you guys. Thank you for checking out this video, and we look forward to hearing you real soon.